Good morning to a brand new day. Time to learn and games to play. Learning things is so much fun. Learning is good for everyone.
Hello, early learners. It's me, Mrs. Readwright. I'm here to welcome you back to the art room. And we know in the art room where we're looking at art, we're talking about art, and we're creating art. And we're learning about artists. This week, we are going to continue with our artist, Diego Rivera. And I wanted you to know about him. When he was 3 years old, he was drawing all over his parents' walls and their furniture. They didn't like it. No parent wants their child to draw on the walls. So what they did was cover the walls with paper, all in his bedroom. So he could draw all over the paper, and when it was full, they would take it down and save them and put up new paper, and he would draw on the walls again. It made him want to be a muralist when he grew up. He is given permission to paint on walls and buildings in lots of cities. And in his country, Mexico, he paints all over Mexico, and we have some here in the United States, so you have to travel a ways to see. But he is such a famous and fabulous artist. And last week, we saw the painting he did of a woman grinding maize to make tortillas. Today, we're going to be learning about a different painting. It's called La Piñata. And I know it is Mystery Monday. And on Mystery Monday, I show you 3 things. And with those 3 things, we try and find which 2 belong together and which one does not belong. I am going to show you the 3 things now. They're having to rest on top of the suitcase today because I got a piñata that was so big, it won't fit inside. So let's take a look. Here is the piñata. And I put a picture of Diego on one side and Frida on the other. You may have noticed that I am dressed like Frida might have dressed. Here she is as a puppet, and I put her up here so we could remember that she was married to Diego Rivera. And here he is with his glasses and his curly hair. If you ever want to draw him and send a picture to me, I would love to put it together with the other pictures I have of Vincent van Gogh. I'm going to set this right here for now. I will probably put it over by Clifford in a minute. Here's the other thing that I was going to put in the suitcase. It is a bat. It's a plastic bat. It's used for baseball and for something else. Let's set that here. The third thing I have is this. Do you know what this is? It has wooden rings that spin around, and it's used like this. Take a look. They spin around. Now, one of these things is not like the other. One of these things doesn't belong. One of these things, can you tell which one? One of these things is not like the other. One of these things just doesn't belong. Can you tell which thing is not like the other before I finish this song? Did you say this? It is used to mix my hot cocoa, and we'll look at this on Thursday when we are looking at the cocoa part of our poem. Let me put this up here because these 2 things belong together. If you've ever swung a bat at a piñata, you know what I'm talking about. All righty, let's go over and take a look at the print by Diego Rivera. I better move the piñata because I can see it's going to try and grab me, and move the bat as well. Let's take a look. Here is the person holding the bat. Here are people scrambling for fruit, toys, and little trinkets that they get out of it. Here's the big piñata, and I picked one kind of like that because there are some shapes and forms on here that we have learned about before. There's someone over here crying, and the adult is there helping them. I wonder why he is crying. I can see the bigger children are down there getting most of the candy. I can see that there's another girl waiting on the side. She's looking over here and has her hand up, kind of worried about getting into this group of children who are grabbing at things. There's fruit and candy and toys, and it's so colorful, and it's a celebration. So as we look at this piñata, we think about all the things that it does around celebrations. I'm going to go over to the table because we're going to take a look at a book and talk about the poem that's inside the book. Come with me. The book I've selected is called One is a Piñata. And One is a Piñata has a counting that you can do inside this book. So we're going to do 5 days of the counting. Let's start with number 1. And you see I've put a rainbow, the cake, and a piñata. Oh, I hung him up upside down. That's not good. 1 is a rainbow, 1 is a cake, 1 is a piñata that is ready to break. And I brought letters here, and I was hoping you would help me put the letters in front of the cards that has a picture that starts with that letter. Let's start with the letter P. Is it painbow? Is it pake? Or is it piñata? You are right, it's piñata. Let's start with the C, and it's the hard sound. It says k. Is it canebow? Cake. It is cake. And that leaves our R. So we know the R belongs with the rainbow. Let's move the 1 up here. All righty. You might have noticed at the bottom of the chart, I have some circles that has patterns. I have many more over here, but I thought we would start out with these. There are patterns on each of these circles, and I have some crayons that have the same thing. Each of the crayons has a different pattern on the outside. You can decorate your crayons and put papers around the outside too. I bought mine like this because I thought how fun it would be to have these to do my Zentangles. Zentangles? That's a fancy way of saying doodles. I do some doodles, and I have a really good friend that at all of our meetings, she doodles on her paper as she's listening. I made this shape. It kind of was like a snake. Oh, it's like a giant mustache too. I made this one, but I wanted to show you a really fun beginning way to make a Zentangle. I just got a regular sheet of paper, and I am going to put it on here and show you. I'm going to draw just a free shape around and around, and I'm going to cross over lines to make some shapes. So here I'm using my black pen, and I just make some squiggles around. Oh, I crossed over. Oh, I crossed over again, and I made it stop here. Now I can start doodling. I think I'll start with these little mountain shapes. I'm going to do that in this one. Up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. Mountain shapes. I'm filling this complete little shape at the top with little mountain shapes. And I'm trying to make it look interesting and pretty filled in. I will put, let me get these papers off here because they're going to try and fall. I think I'll go into this shape and I'll make some round dots with little dots around it. Another round dot with little dots around it. A round dot with some little dots around it. A round dot and little dots around it. I'm going to look at another one. Oh, I like this star one. I think I'll do it. It's a diagonal, diagonal, and another line. Diagonal, diagonal. Oh, there's an X, and I can just cross it over. Diagonal, diagonal, and cross it over. Diagonal, diagonal, and cross it over. Diagonal, diagonal, and cross it over. The nice thing about this is your shapes can be anything you want them to be. You don't need these shapes to do it. I just made these so I could get an idea of something in case I thought, well, what will I do there? I think I'll do some spirals here. Outside gets smaller and smaller and smaller. Outside gets smaller and smaller and smaller. Outside gets smaller and smaller and smaller. The reason I'm doing these patterns is because in Mexican art, they have patterns that repeat themselves over and over and over in some of their art. And we're going to be doing some patterns and Zendangles all week long. I hope that you'll save some brown paper bags because I'm going to do my special letter that starts my first name or my last name. I can't decide which one. Now, I'm going to get into my crayons and make this colorful. I don't want it just to be lines or shapes alone. I want to make it colorful too. And I don't care if you color yours in with one color, the whole section, or if you want to do stripes or whatever, but I like mine to be colored in all one color. So where I did my mountains, I'm making them green, like maybe they're green mountains. And it's not the same one that's on the outside of the crayon, it just has stripes. There's no rules here. You get to do whatever you like, because that's the nice thing about art, is to be able to do your own design. No one has to tell you what to draw or how to draw. You get to do it however you think it looks beautiful. Like right now, someone might think, why'd she make those dots red? I would have made them yellow, and I'd think, do it on your paper. That's the nice thing, to be able to do it yourself. I am going to do two colors. I'm going to get in here and do the background another color. I hope that when you make yours, you will be able to finish it and maybe show it to me. If you send it to me, you can send it here to the station and they'll show it to me. They'll give it to me in my mailbox, and here's the address right below. You could have a grown-up help you get that in the mail, or you can send it in through email. All right, it's time to say goodbye, and I want to say bread and butter, marmalade and jam. Bread and butter, marmalade and jam. Let's say goodbye as quickly as we can. Goodbye. Tomorrow, please bring brown paper bags that you can write a letter on it, and we'll be able to make our special letter and do some Zendangles on it. I've already started by drawing a big O using a plate and a smaller plate. See you tomorrow, boys and girls. Bring your materials and draw with me.
Good morning to a brand new day. Time to learn and games to play. Learning things is so much fun. Learning is good for